Right guys, here we go. So the thing that I do with my clients is I take them through a 7-step framework that I've created. And if you follow any of the things that I talk about, you'll know that I'm huge on frameworks. I think that it's something that gives us a lot of direction, it gives us a lot of focus, and it makes a huge difference to how well you perform, the productivity levels that you operate at. And these 7 things, if you see any of the webinars or things or talks that I've done before, you'll hear me talk about these quite a lot. But these 7 things, the first thing is that like business plans are important, but only if you're trying to raise some finance or if your bank's asking for it, usually because you want to raise finance. Now, that's not saying that you shouldn't have a map, a journey planner, something that's going to look at where you are right now and show you some of the steps that you need to take to be able to go to the places where you want to go. Now, I call this a map, which is a massive action plan. It's just an acronym, but it's so important for you to understand where you are, where you want to be, and what you need to do or be to get there. This is really important. The second thing is you need to create what I call a blue ocean. So what I mean by that is that everybody's competing in this blood ocean, this red ocean, because they're competing on price, on speed, experience. There's all these things. And listen, let's face it, why try and compete? Competing is hard, especially when you're competing on all these different places. So rather than trying to compete on all these different things, what about if we look at how you can just completely dominate the area that you're in by creating this blue ocean, by taking you out of this red ocean and moving you into a place that's going to be new in some instances. The third thing is the marketing. Now, marketing beats mastery, and I say this all the time, like you could be the best of the best of the best, but if nobody knows who you are and nobody knows what you do, then nobody's going to be able to take your services on. No one's going to be able to buy from you. So you've got to make sure that you market yourself incredibly well. It's probably the most important thing of anything that you do in your business is the marketing side. Now, there is a little bit of an ego lesson that we have to get through here, because a lot of the time we think, well, we're passionate, we're good, we like what we do, we're very good at what we do, people should come to us. And unfortunately, guys, that's not the case. People don't just come to you. You have to market yourself incredibly well. The fourth thing is the sales systems. Like if you market yourself really well, but you don't have a way to convert these people that's coming to you from the market and into customers, then it's irrelevant how well you do at your marketing, because listen, you might get some leftovers, but that's all you'll ever get is leftovers. Now, do you want to get leftovers or do you want to get what you want? Because I know that if you're serious about your business, you want to get what you want. That's why you're in business. If you just wanted to get the leftovers, then you maybe go and work for somebody else, where you can just go and collect the income, collect the basic, collect the salary, and go home and put your feet up. But listen, if you're in business, chances are that is not the case at all. The next thing, the fifth thing that we go through is the KPIs, the key performance indicators. Because listen, again, if you don't have something to aim towards, if you don't have something that's going to drive you on and keep you focused and keep you pushing because there's a goal attached to it, then you'll fall at the first hurdle. The first obstacle that gets in the way is going to trip you up. It's going to stop you on your journey. So it's important that you fully identify, the goals that you're trying to get, the KPIs, the key performance indicators. Now, there is a real sticky point here for people, because what they tend to find is that they'll focus their time on the activity, not the outcome. And it's the outcome that we need to obviously focus on. Now, most people don't get that right. They'll spend all their time on activity-based stuff, hoping that this activity is going to work, rather than being focused on the outcome and that the key results tell you the activity. But this is what we work on as well. The next thing is we then look at the numbers. And these numbers need to be constantly lifting and reducing. And what I mean by that is prices are always increasing, so yours need to do the same as well. If you're charging the same prices this year as you did last year, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Listen, every single year, without a question, without a doubt rather, I get a text message from EE telling me that my bill's going up. I get a text message from Bannatyne's the gym saying my membership's going up. I get messages year in, year out from different companies that I use who tell me their prices are going up. You must do the same. You've got to be constantly increasing those prices, moving yourself into that next tier, that next circle of people. And listen, there's an old saying, and I don't know who said it originally, but it says that you become the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. But I also know that you'll earn the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So if you want to start earning more money, start spending your time with people who's got more money. Simple as that. But also you need to reduce your costs as well. There's so many people that I work with who are paying for things that they I've used once, they've not yet used, or it's just a waste of money altogether. Listen, if you're paying for things that you're not using, if you've not used it this week, certainly this month, get rid of it, bin it off, because it's a waste of money. And then the final thing, number 7, is turning your customers into fans. Because listen, let's face it, customers will always leave you when that next shiny new deal comes around. So it's important to be able to get them customers to become clients, because clients stick with you. These are the 7 things that I do with my clients on a regular basis. It's a 21-week course that we go through. Now, I have put together a free test so you can test how well you are in each of these 7 stages. If you go to my website, johncovey.com, go to /health test, there's a business testing tool on there that's going to allow you to run an assessment on your business right now based on those 7 things that I've just gone through, and it'll give you a result in terms of how well you're performing, and it will even give you some suggestions in terms of how you can improve your business and the things that you can do to move forward. Guys, listen, business is all about adjusting. It's not about getting it right every time. It's about failing fast, failing often, but adjusting. Listen, there's nothing wrong with failing. And what I will leave you on is this message, is know this: we will fail. We will make mistakes. We will screw things up. So if we know that that's going to happen, guys, have some fun while you're doing it. I'll put a link to the test below, or in it, or somewhere around, wherever you're watching this, I'll put a link to it somewhere. Guys, if you know anybody who's interested in me supporting them, or even if they just get value from this 5, 10, whatever, I don't know how long it's been, 1 in 10 minutes video, or whatever it is, like, tag them into it, share it to them, share that stuff onto others, and help them thrive. Guys, till next time.